In this video we shall discuss the last concept of first chapter, that is division of integers. So before going to division of integers, let us see how we divide whole numbers. For example, if I consider 15 divided by 3, okay, how to divide two whole numbers. 15 divided by 3, so we carry like this, we write like this, 15, 3 5s are 15, and we subtract 5 minus 5 0, 1 minus 1 0, right? So whenever we get 0 0, the division ends. So here, so this number is called quotient and this is called remainder. Okay, this is divisor and this is dividend. So this is quotient and remainder. Okay, so that you should know for whole numbers. Now we shall discuss division of integers, that means minus numbers as well as positive numbers. Okay, so division of integer is nothing but inverse process of multiplication. Suppose if you consider 5 into 3, definitely it is equal to 15, right? This multiplication also can be written in the form that is 5 equal to 15 divided by 3. So when you divide 15 by 3, you are going to get 5, right? So therefore multiplication and division are inverse procedures. So 5 I can also write, that is 3 is equal to 15 divided by 5 for every multiplication. So we have two different division steps. Okay, this is how you can write. So therefore division is nothing but inverse process of multiplication. That's all. So now let us discuss how to divide a negative number by positive number or negative number by a negative number. So let me consider first example. So when you consider 2 into minus 3, so multiplication, you know that, right? So that is 2 into 3 is 6 and it is minus 6. So this multiplication procedure can be written in the form 2 is equal to minus 6 divided by minus 3. Also you can write minus 3 is equal to minus 6 divided by 2, right? In the same way, if you consider some other example, minus 5 into 3, that is equal to minus 15. Okay, so therefore I can write minus 5 is equal to minus 15 divided by 3. Also I can write 3 is equal to minus 15 divided by minus 5. From this what you can see is, so when you multiply two numbers, if one is positive and another is negative, then after multiplication you are going to get minus, that is plus into minus is equal to minus. So using the inverse rule we have written these two steps. So therefore in the first step you can see that when you divide a negative number by another negative number, the answer is always positive. It is true for every negative integers. Okay, in the same way, if you divide a negative integer by positive integer, then just you have to divide as whole numbers, then put minus sign for the answer, that is quotient. Okay, when you divide negative number by positive number, you have to divide as whole numbers and put minus sign for answers. So here also same thing, when you divide a negative number by positive number, divide like whole numbers, that is 15 by 3, answer is 5, and put minus sign. So in the same way here, if both numbers are negative, then answer will be positive. So division of two negative integers, you have to divide like integers and put plus sign. So plus sign we will not put, okay, usually. So therefore in general, if you divide a positive number by a negative number, the answer is always negative. Okay, in the same way, if you divide a negative number by positive number, then also answer is minus. Okay, and if you divide a negative number by negative number, then answer is positive. So for example minus 25 divided by 5. So answer is, you have to divide 25 by 5. So how do you divide? 5 and here 25. 5 5 is a 25 minus 0 0. The answer is quotient, that is 5. And since you are dividing negative number by positive, you have to put negative. Okay, so minus. When you have one minus and another plus, the answer will be minus, negative. So in the same way, if you consider one more example, that is 35 divided by 7. If you divide 35 by 7, 35, 7 5 is a 35, 0 0. The answer is 5. So let me consider here minus 7. When you divide 35 by minus 7, the answer will be minus 5. So here it is positive and it is negative. So if you find like that, one positive, one negative, or one negative, one positive, then just divide as whole numbers. You consider 7 and 35, and for the answer you have to put minus sign. Okay, so that is how you divide a negative number by positive number or positive number by negative number. Okay, answer will be always negative. Suppose if you are considering both negative, 40 minus 45 divided by minus 9. So what happens? So you can see here, you have to divide like whole number, considering whole numbers. Plus 9 plus 45, 9 5 is a 45, 0 0. Quotient is 5, right? And since both are negative, so answer will be always positive, right? So that is the rule for division. When you have both different signs, answer will be minus. When you have same sign, the answer will be positive. Okay, so that is how you divide two integers. So finally what we can conclude is, dividing positive number by negative number same as negative number by positive number. And second point is minus a divided by minus p. If you are dividing both minus negative numbers, then it is same as dividing positive numbers, same positive numbers. So that is the two conclusion for divisions. So now we shall discuss properties of division of integers. Okay, so suppose if you consider division of two numbers, for example 10 divided by 2. So what is the answer for this? You consider 10, 2 5s are 10, 0 0. Answer is equal to 5, right? So that is 10 divided by 2. We also write like this. Okay, suppose if you consider reverse, that is 2 divided by 10, considering next number first and the first number next. Okay, so that is 2 divided by 10. What is the answer? 10 divided by 2, you cannot divide, so consider 0 and point. 10 2s are 20, correct? So answer is 0.2. And you can see that when you divide 10 by 2, you got 5. When you divide 2 by 10, you got 0.2. So these two answers are not same. So therefore, so this is called commutative property. Okay, so therefore, so division of two integers is not commutative, whereas multiplication is commutative. Suppose if you consider 2 into 3, that is equal to 6. In the same way, 3 into 2 is equal to 6. Same answer you are going to get. But the division of two numbers is not commutative, because you are going to get different answers. Okay, so you should know that this is the first property. That is, first property is division is not commutative. Division of integers is not commutative. So that is, a divided by b is not equal to b divided by a. Okay, so that is the conclusion of our discussion. So first property. So second property, that is associative property. Okay, so that is also not true, but we will consider three numbers. So that is 8 divided by 4 divided by 2 8 divided by 4 divided by 2. So first we will put bracket here, and here we will put like this. So this is called associative property actually. So let us see what is the answer. So if you simplify this one, 8 divided by 4 is 2, divided by 2 as it is. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Correct? So answer is 1. Here 8 as it is. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. You can see these two answers. So definitely these two are different. So therefore associative property does not hold good for division. Okay. So you can say that division of integers is not associative. So this is the property. Division of integers is not associative. That is, a divided by b divided by c not equal to a divided by b divided by c. Right? So that is the conclusion of second property. Next we shall see division of any integer by 1. Suppose if I consider 4 divided by 1. So what happens? 1 and here 4. 1 4 is a 4, 0. So answer is 4. In the same way 5 divided by 1. 1 5 is a 5. So that is 0. Right? The answer is 5. So therefore in general what we can say is, if you consider any integer positive or negative, if you divide it by 1, then you are going to get same integer. Okay, so therefore in general what we can write, a divided by 1 is always equal to a. So that is the conclusion of this discussion. Suppose if you divide any number by 0, for example a divided by 0, then it is meaningless. Okay, you should know that division of any integer by 0 is meaningless. A not equal to 0, because the division procedure comes whenever we want to distribute or divide some things. Suppose if you have 10 chocolates and you want to distribute it to 2 people, then you go for division. So if you are dividing 10 chocolates for 2 person, then each one going to get 5, right? So in that case you use division. Suppose if you have 10 chocolates and you have to distribute it to 0 person, so that is meaningless, correct? So either we distribute it to 2 person or only 1 person, so like that it happens. So when it comes to distribute 10 chocolates to 0 person, so in that case it is meaningless. So we don't say that, right? So therefore division by 0 is meaningless. So that is our conclusion here. Division by 0 is meaningless. Suppose if you divide 0 by any number where a not equal to 0, then answer is always equal to 0. For example 0 divided by 2. What happens here? 2 divided by 0. 2 zeros are 0. 0. Correct? So therefore answer is 0. So therefore if you divide 0 by any number where a not equal to 0, then the answer is always equal to 0. So this is another important property, right? So this is about our discussion. Okay, now we shall discuss examples on exercise 1.4. So first example is evaluate each of the following. So in that first one, minus 30 divided by 10. Okay, minus 30 divided by 10. So here you can see that first number is negative and the second number is positive. That is, dividend is minus 30, divisor is 10. So in this case, so just you have to divide as considering these as whole numbers. That is 10 divided by 10, 30, 30 divided by 10. 10 3s are 30, 0, 0. So answer is 3. And since one number has a negative sign and another is positive, so therefore if one number has negative and another positive, for the answer you have to give negative sign, right? So that is the answer for first question. So in the same way, so B, C So I will calculate C, you calculate B. Okay, so that is minus 36 divided by minus 9. So here both numbers are negative, so in this case also you have to divide 36 by 9, considering both as whole numbers. 9 4s are 36, 0 0. Answer is 4. Since both numbers are negative, answer will be positive. Okay, so this is how you simplify exercise problem. One more I will solve. G minus 31 divided by minus 30 plus minus 1. So that is equal to minus 31 as it is. First you have to simplify bracket. Minus 30 plus of minus 30, minus 30 plus into minus, minus 1. Okay, that is equal to minus 31 as it is divided by minus 30 minus 1. So minus 31, that is equal to minus 31 divided by minus 31. So same divided by same will always be equal to 1. You can also see here divided by 31. 31 ones are 31, 0 0. Right? So therefore, since both numbers are negative, answer will be positive. So this is how you simplify. The remaining problems from first main you can simplify. If you have any doubts, you can call me. The second question, you can see here, verify a divided by b plus c is not equal to a divided by b plus a divided by c for each of the following values of a, b and c. So this is, we can say that this is distributive over addition. Division distributes over addition of two integers. You have to disprove, that's all, not equal. So for first three numbers are given, so I will solve first problem, you try second one. So a equal to 12, b now minus 4, c 2. So a divided by b plus c, that is equal to a 12 divided by b minus 4 plus c is 2, that is equal to 12 divided by minus 4 plus 2 minus 2, that is equal to 12 divided by 2, it is 6. Since here it is positive and negative, two different signs, I have to give minus. So answer is minus 6. Okay, and now a divided by b plus a divided by c, that is equal to, what is a? 12 divided by minus 4 plus 12 divided by 2, that is equal to 12 by 4, 3. So both signs are opposite signs, minus plus, so therefore minus. Then plus 12 divided by 2, it is 6. Both are positive, 6. Minus 3 plus 6, that is plus 3. Right? So when you see these two, definitely those two are not equal. So therefore you can write, therefore a divided by b plus c not equal to a divided by b plus a divided by c. In the same way, you can calculate second example. So next we shall discuss third main, fill in the blanks. 369 divided by dash is equal to 369. So we know that any number divided by 1 is always equal to that number. So therefore, since this position and this position has same number, so therefore 369 divided by 1, we are going to get 369. Okay, so this is one method. By guessing you can fill the blanks. So that is a divided by 1 is always equal to a. So similarly, if you consider second example, minus 75 divided by dash is equal to minus 1. So by dividing 75 by which number, you are going to get 1. So definitely 75. 75 by 75 is equal to 1. So since here we have minus sign, so you can write here plus 75. Okay, so that is equal to minus 1. So in the same way you can try the remaining problems. Like again, if you see E, so dash divided by 1 is equal to 87. So definitely 87 divided by 1 is equal to 87, and since we have minus, so one of these two numbers should have minus sign. So 1 is already given, so here only we have to consider minus 7. Minus 87 divided by 1 is equal to minus 87. Okay, so try other examples. So after solving all these exercise problems, you can write these problems in your fair notes. So remaining problems I will discuss in the next video.